It seems like the bottom is getting close for altcoins, since we've just seen a total reset on that altcoin season index chart. We can clearly see a macroeconomic bottom for altcoins, and the charts, mostly Ethereum but also altcoins without Ethereum, are looking incredible. So let's talk about exactly that within today's update video. But first of all, make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch like my latest YouTube video. And then I do want to dedicate this video to altcoins, since I see a lot of people in the comments asking about a new dedicated video on altcoins. So here it is. In this video I will give my unfiltered opinion about the upcoming altcoin season, because yes, I do still think we will get a new altcoin season, and I will exactly explain why in this video, because we do have a lot of important charts to discuss about alt season. So let's dive in directly here. First of all, I want to discuss the altcoin season index. And the altcoin season index, it seems like it's bottoming out. On the current moment, the altcoin season index is at the exact same level before that November move higher, all the way reset down to exactly that level, also creating somewhat of a double bottom here, which is usually a very bullish reversal pattern here on this altcoin season index chart, which is indicating exactly the same score. We can see it on somewhat of a bigger perspective, and there we can see that yes, we are in that orange zone, which is that Bitcoin season zone, where the most opportunities for altcoins are probably laying. And yes, I do think this could be a bottoming phase here, so it's definitely important to start paying a lot of attention here. But first of all, we do need to discuss Ethereum here, because in the end, every altcoin will be following Ethereum, but Ethereum is looking very bullish in my opinion. We also discuss this every single day in the update videos, but I will just discuss it a little bit more deeply within this video, because Ethereum has been coming all the way back to the range low and is now seeing a major bounce to the upside from that range low level, and that is actually something I have been predicting in all my latest YouTube videos. And this is one of the most bullish signals for me for Ethereum, that we are bouncing so strongly off that range low. A new liquidity grab is completed, and I do think from here, yes, Ethereum could be moving all the way back to that $4,000 level, which is that range high, and that is also my personal price target for Ethereum this cycle. And in this next big move, yes, a lot of altcoins will be following here. So probably this second half of the year is going to be absolutely amazing. If we hit that $4,000, yes, that is my conservative case target for Ethereum. That's a super important price level I'm looking at to take a lot of my profits. So definitely going to do so once we hit those levels, because I've been accumulating a lot of Ether. But the most important thing is that in that next big move up, and maybe even higher if you're a little bit more bullish, then a lot of altcoins will be following here. And that is something important to understand, because once again, that's what's about to happen in that last phase of the cycle. Most people overcomplicate Ethereum. I don't. If you just look at this insane symmetrical triangle consolidation on the weekly, but you can also look at the monthly, it's absolutely insane. I do think Ethereum is simply heavily compressing, and once we see that breakout, it could be a major one to the top side. Also, because the institutional accumulation of Ethereum is absolutely exploding. Every single day new Ethereum treasury companies are founded, so that is looking insanely bullish. We do have Sharplink Gaming, for example, as a very large one. So yes, this is looking absolutely insane. I do think ultimately this is a super bullish trend for Ethereum, because we do know what this did with the Bitcoin price, for example. I do think Ethereum is next to see a lot more institutional accumulation here. At the same moment, the ecosystem activity is absolutely exploding here, so the on-chain activity is definitely not reflecting the current price yet, and ultimately I do think that is about to happen once again. And then I do want to discuss this super interesting chart, which is basically Ethereum against the Coinbase stock price action. And we can see this big correlation between ETH and Coinbase. And in my opinion, that is of course mostly because of traders betting on the crypto ecosystem. Ethereum is basically the internet of crypto, and Coinbase is of course one of the biggest companies to bet on in the crypto ecosystem within the stock market. So yes, of course, a lot will be moving on that narrative, but I do also think, and we have seen how closely exactly that correlation is. And now coin is pumping to the upside, and I do think that Ethereum will in the end be catching up to coin here. So this correlation and now this decorrelation is looking very bullish. I do think most of this correlation is just the adoption in total of the market, and therefore I do think it's very important to see that stable coin supply on Ethereum further exploding to the top side. The more stable coins on the chain, the better for the ecosystem in the end, and I do think that will be happening because of also the Genius bill we will be getting probably this or next month. So that is looking absolutely insane. Guys, if you want to be trading Bitcoin and altcoins yourself, make sure you do it on Bloveneer. I've linked the platform below under all my latest YouTube videos. So make sure to check Bloveneer out if you're getting interested in trading Bitcoin and altcoins yourself. And from there, we can dive back into the content, because I do want to discuss altcoins now. So everything besides Bitcoin and Ethereum, because this chart is actually blowing my mind. Because basically the total tree chart is showing us that always during June of the summer, we see a major macro bottom getting formed for altcoins. And I don't think it will be any different this time around. And with this, I don't want to exactly say that yes, we are going to see the exact bottom this June, because of course we could also see a deeper bottom somewhat later, but it's probably going to be a great moment to be accumulating, because I don't think we will be going much lower. If you still believe that yes, in this last phase of the cycle, we are about to see the most exponential gains for altcoins, and me personally, I still do believe so, because if you take a look into this chart, yes, always in that ending phase of the cycle, in a certain period after the Bitcoin halving, always in that ending phase, we see the most exponential gains for altcoins. And I don't think it will be any different this time. That last phase of the cycle is going to be the most bullish phase of the cycle, and then this June bottoming opportunity is definitely going to be a great one. So make sure to pay attention here, because as discussed, but also the data here proves that in that last phase of the most bullish year of the cycle, so 2025, 2021 and also 2017, also always that second half of the year is super bullish for Ethereum and also for altcoins. So it's looking absolutely incredible here. And guys, that was my quick update about this upcoming altcoin season. I just wanted to give a quick overview of my honest feelings about the market and altcoin season in general. I hope you guys did find it valuable, and I will see you guys within the next update video tomorrow.